All right, mic check one. Let's see. I think okay, yeah, it's actually it's tracking. It's tracking. I'm not even sure how loud it is, but it is tracking, which is good. It's good that it is actually tracking here a little bit. I think I was messing with the sound settings a little bit. So if you do wander in here, let me know that you're in here. Definitely let me know that you're in here, man. Let's see. And I'm also doing something else. I am actually doing a little bit of a test stream here on the other one here. Let's see if it's giving me what I think it's giving me. All right. There we go. It is giving me what I thought it was giving me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. Tighten that up a little bit. And we are here. So I'm actually working with a little bit of a change up here. I'm actually going in two different live streams, and I'm doing this purposely on the testing on the late night because I want to try to test something out here. And plus, just getting in from an event, wanted to get a jump on here. Joe, what's going on? Center today was Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, sin of the night or sin of the day will be for Sunday Ajmal Ombre Pimente. Okay, that sounds interesting. I'm gonna always try to trust your fragrance expertise in this thing, Joel, because this Rosalia that I got that you recommended, you had been recommending a little bit, man. I'm really digging it. I'm really digging it. I did actually get to get a secondary wear on it this was earlier in the week here, and I like it even more. I go nose blind to the citruses in here a little bit, but I think it's because of the way that it diffuses. But I got like a little bit of um, a like a little first impressions video that's gonna be dropping in on that one a little bit here. So looking forward to actually dropping that one, man. I'll keep looking up this way because I actually have a live popping up on my phone as well. But I'm testing this not for YouTube live per se. I'm testing this for TikTok lives. I have not gone TikTok live yet, but I probably will soon go ahead and open a live on TikTok to talk about some stuff. Um, yeah, whole new world over there, man. Jim said you still up? Yeah, man. Yeah, and it's just because I'm getting in. Just taking care of some stuff, man. Hopping in here. Joseph, I still like to say hi, even if you're testing. Yeah, well, it's testing on the other one. This one is alive, but it's testing, but it's alive, but it's testing. So I'm gonna be answering questions. I'm gonna talk a little bit about these two new ones I got in too, man. Um, you said, but to be, it's a just passed my renewal of my first aid yesterday. Well, congratulations, man. Definitely, congratulations. Jim said I only go live with others on TikTok. Yeah, I've been I haven't done it yet. Have not done it yet, but it's coming, man. It's definitely coming. Yes and now. Hi, what's going on, man? Ronell Corona. You're gay as hell. Can you see it on there? There we go. Let's see. Lexi, hi, what's going on, Lex? What's happening? What's happening? But yeah, man, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing is gonna fly when it comes to kind of doing the TikTok thing and trying to get that kind of situated here. Um, let's see. Amon says, which one the best perfume ever? I don't know which one's the best perfume ever. There's a lot of best perfumes ever. Everybody has a best perfume ever, man. I've got a couple of them that are really good though. Let's see. You say trolls all over TikTok. Yeah, man. I've been kind of wary of going live on TikTok for that reason. because I know that there's a good bit of trolls on there, and it's some BS basically. But man, I feel like I need to go ahead and kind of expand my presence on TikTok and on IG. So I'm gonna be doing that. But let me talk a little bit, man. Let me get a sip in, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about these fragrances that I got in. So one of my favorite um, fragrance pickups recently, man, was this Bahamas. I keep calling it Bahamas, but it's actually Bahamas. This is that Odyssey fragrance here. Really salty melon aquatic vibes going on here. Really nice, beautiful florals coming in. Not quite, people say Summer Hammer just because of the way this thing looks. It's not Summer Hammer. This one, however, is very interesting. This is the new Odyssey Black Forest, right? So they name it Black Forest after these Black Forest cakes, right? Mm. And that's what you get. So if you're familiar with the Black Forest cake, you're gonna have your chocolate layers here with whipped cream or like a cream, mallow cream in there, and then you're gonna have like cherry. This is exactly what this is, and that's exactly what this smells like. It smells literally like you put that cake in this bottle, man. Very rich, very decadent. You get a lot of that cherry here. Get a lot of the dark chocolate. That's the main player, though. Very, very much a gourmand in the most decadent way possible. I'm digging it. I don't know though if I really have a situational wear for this thing. Not sure just yet. Chambers says this looks cool. Yes, said, can you say happy birthday to my son? He's celebrating his second birthday. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday, man. I hope you have many, 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 many adventures coming up on this next year, man. Next few years. But they're the terrible twos, so be careful. Twos is my son at 2 years old was like rambunctious. So just be careful in those twos, man. Chamber Steel, what's going on? Funny times. You got a great collection, my guy. Man, I appreciate it. It's going back and forth all around the ways, all around the room here. I'm actually setting it up to where it's going to literally go all the way around the room. So I'm pointing like y'all could actually see it, but it's going to go all the way around the room, which is going to be really, really interesting here. You say, with all respect, since you're fruity, do you like fruity smells? You know what? Nah, I'm chocolatey, dog. So I like chocolatey smells. And this is actually a really good chocolate smell. Dark chocolate, beautifully done, man. But gourmands are very much situational for me. Like very, very much. That being said, I think this is one that you might want to get your nose on. If you like gourmands, this is it. Funny Ting said, what's a good scent for budget ballers? Man. So you talking about some budget balling, man? Great sense for that. This one right here, this new Lattafa, man, Lattafa Atlas. Great scent. Let me put it down here so you can see it. Great set for the budget ballers right here. This one is a interpretation of Clive Christian's Red Vetiver, right? A red tea vetiver. Gorgeous interpretation of that fragrance here. This one's actually a little bit brighter at the top than that fragrance is. I think that fragrance is a little bit smoother as it gets into the dry down. You have a little bit more of an impartation of that vetiver note too. This one actually keeps the tea a little bit longer. This is mostly tea, but I like the way that this one presents a lot because it just kind of gives it more of a transitional fragrance style, right? And this could also, I think, personally, could be done as a signature scent. It is a great little grab and go fragrance. You can find it for like $35 to $40 right now. Actually, it's really good. That's just one. Now, if I'm talking about fragrances for like budget ballers, if you just want something that's going to be fresh, going to be clean, going to get you where you need to go, this new one that I just picked up right here, this is the Fragrance World Inizio for him. This fragrance, I'm put it down in the camera right here as well. This fragrance right here is a takeoff on Toomey's Dusk, right? Very clean, very soapy. This is neroli heavy. So if you're not into neroli, you may want to stay away from this. This one's actually going for around $30 as well here. Great budget blue fragrance here. Like I said, very soapy, very clean. This is going to be a very masculine, woody kind of vibe going on this one as well. And it's going to be a great fragrance for like office wear. So if you're thinking about doing something that's going to be, big money type scent type stuff, then definitely think about this one. Those are a couple that I've been playing with recently, man. This one as well, although this one is an acquired taste. This fragrance is called Soir Sadur. This is actually from Arabiat Prestige. It's a takeoff on the Maison Crivelli Oud Cadenza. This was actually just a little bit more leathery and fruity than that original is. That being said, it is not really what you would call a fruit heavy fragrance. It's just got a little bit more of the dates in this one. Leather, leather is the big thing here. So if this is more of that bad boy leather jacket style wearing scent here, gorgeous for that type of environment, man. This is not a fragrance that's going to pull you bad bitches. It is not that. This is a fragrance that will have bad bitches pull you. Now you got to understand the game when I'm talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Because that really means that this is a fragrance that you got to have some swag to wear. But if you have the swag to wear this, you're going to stop everything in the room. Traffic is going to be stopped. Matter of fact, this was my scent of the day today. I was walking around at the little event that we had tonight or whatever, and I got stopped a couple of times, like, just like, dang, you smell good, that type of thing. When I'm walking by and people grab you and pull you in, you're doing something right. This is the type of fragrance that does that and actually accents that swag perfectly. Again, this is Soir Sadur from Arabiat Prestige. Arabian's been doing their thing, man. They've been popping some bangers recently. Let's see. Joe says, since I got a fragrance cotton Canada post, they have been on strike. Hopefully it gets resolved soon so I can receive my fragrances. Man, look, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be resolved that soon, unfortunately, man. And that sucks. But from what I'm hearing, this is a bad one. Hidden Gems, that's Dynasty, right? Yeah. Dynasty is cool. You say Atlantis is blue, right? Yeah, Atlantis is blue. Atlantis is a blue one. So Atlantis is actually really good too, man. I am a fan of that Atlantis DNA here. I had somebody ask me earlier when it came to Atlantis, man. What was better? Was this better or Soprano Ice, right? So my whole thing with the two of these, right, is that I feel like Atlantis is more situational. I feel like Atlantis is like maybe a 2-season at best, possibly fragrance. I think that Soprano Ice is going to be a little bit more versatile. Soprano Ice is going to be a little bit more mass appealing as far as the DNA goes as well. I think that people, if they get this, it's going to be a familiar DNA. That Y DNA is going to be familiar to people, and it's a proven mass appealing fragrance. Just with a little bit of tweak here and there, right? This can be used as a signature scent as well, an everyday scent, signature scent. This can be used. I don't know about really using it as much in the winter, but it is definitely a 3-season scent. It could probably cut through the cold in the winter, to be honest, though, because it is strong enough to do it. This one right here, though, while it is strong, it is very potent. The style of DNA with Atlas is a little bit different. I mean, Atlantis is a little bit different. That coconut, the watermelon, those things like that, they just scream summer. They scream hot weather, warm weather. This is not something that you could probably get away with it in the fall, but it just doesn't fit into a fall DNA very well. So I was like, yeah, if you're going to go for something that's an everyday wear, go with this. However, I do feel like Atlantis is the better of the two fragrances. But if you're just trying to find something that's going to give you the most versatility, the most use, and you're going to have the most bang for your buck, then go Soprano Ice. Soprano Ice was a great release this year, man. Really, really good release. Let's see. Kicks Griffin, whoa, what's happening with you, man? Gator, what the hell you on live? Said of the day, Inizio Must Therapy layered with Marask Soul Batik. Man, that is deep. Let's see. Funny thing said, bro, my mother-in-law bought me some Machino Toy Boy, and initially I didn't like it, but after I put it on, I was shocked at the compliments it got. So a lot of guys, when they smell rose, instinctively, they kind of shy away from it, right? But I'm gonna tell y'all guys a little secret. A lot of these guys, like Kicks and some of my folks down there in the chat, they already know this. One of the most compliment garnering notes that you can have as a man when you walk into any environment is rose. For some reason, and it's because rose is a floral that women actually like. They like the smell of it. They like the smell of it on themselves. So they're going to like it most of the time. They will like hints of that smell on a man. That is the hidden secret. You want to know why Lamel Elixir and a lot of these new designers are so popular that have this amped up vanilla and have these amped up honey and all of those things. It's because those fragrances, those notes are fragrance notes that women kind of like in their own perfume. So when you could take a DNA like that and you masculine up those notes and that profile, you garner compliments because it's something that they want to be close to. They gravitate to those things. It gives them a comfortable feeling as they come in closer to you. That's why it works. And that's why rose tends to work very, very well. Machino Toy Boy is one of those fragrances that a lot of people were scared of initially, man, because of the fact that it had such a rose dominant feel. But man, when you spray that on, especially if you know how to spray it, just a couple of sprays, all it takes is a couple of sprays with Toy Boy. And it will definitely give you a scent trail that is just going to kind of Pied Piper these folks. And they'll just follow up behind you, man. It's a great one. Let's see. Mo, what's going on? Yo. Navy Kamar, what's going on? Zigzag. You said, where's the cool water? You know what's weird? I don't even have any cool waters anymore. That's one of those DNAs that once I think the last bottle of cool water I bought. Now I am gonna get the new one, that cool elixir, which technically isn't a cool water, but it is a cool water. I actually have a review probably coming on that in the next month or so. But I haven't bought one of the original cool waters probably in a good 5 years at least. It's got to be at least 5 years. Let's see. Beauty of Scent. Hey, what it do, Gator? We here, man. What's going on? Beauty of Scent. What is happening? I got 2 separate lives going on, which is interesting. And I'm doing this for testing purposes right now, man. Let's see. Nice. You say Vulcan Few or Vulcan Blue? Vulcan Few. You talking about, right? Yeah, you talking about Vulcan Few. Vulcan Few's good. I like it. I like it a lot. SB in the building. What's going on? What is happening? What is happening? What is happening, man? Just on here on this late night creep, man. It was going to be kind of like a testing live because I got some stuff I'm trying to get tested out because I'm going to be kind of starting to do like a multi-stream on TikTok, actually. But the problem that I'm having with that is how I'm going to set it up. And I'm going to be completely honest. What I don't like doing is I don't like putting the TikTok stuff on my laptop because as soon as I put it on there, my laptop starts having all kind of weird issues. So I'm always like, you know what? I'll just do it from the phone. And that's kind of what I'm doing now, though. I'm just kind of testing angles and that stuff like that. So if you're in one stream, you're seeing an angle that's kind of pointing up for me. And if you're looking at the main stream, you're seeing the angle coming heads up here. Heads up. But yeah, man. Beauty Assist said you tried the new blue exclusive. I tried that shit the other day, man. That shit got too much amber woods. Okay, full disclosure, I love that. I love the exclusive, right? The reason why I think exclusive gets such a bad rep is because of the fact that it's kind of just Blue de Chanel. It's a boring release. Like we've waited so long for the next Blue de Chanel. There was no adventurousness. I would have loved if they would have made a little bit of a booziness to that thing, right? But what they did was they just took it and just added kind of a labdanum. Now, don't get me wrong. I think it's a gorgeous fragrance. I do. It's a gorgeous fragrance. I think it's priced at the wrong price point. I really do. But it's my favorite in the line. It's my favorite of the Blue de Chanel releases. That being said, it's priced way out of where it needs to be. And no matter how much we say it doesn't matter, pricing does color our opinion of a fragrance. It colors our opinion of the worth of a fragrance. So when we see if they price Blue de Chanel exclusive at $180, or just maybe a flat 200, just $10, $15 more expensive than the parfum, we're having a completely different conversation, right? But because of the fact that that thing is priced dang near $80, $90 more than the next tier, we're not feeling that. And it's gonna make us sit back and say, you know what? Nah, I could pass. And it colors our opinion on it. But in all honesty, I like it a lot. I really, really like it. It's heavy on the labdanum and stuff like that, but it's one of the things I like about it. I'm just becoming a labdanum guy. Let's see. Right to the window, Celestia Blue. Chat going real fast here. Let's see. Celestia Blue really like Office? Yes. Yes. Wall to window. Very much so. Very much like Office, man. I've worn them side by side with Office on one hand and Blue on the other. The only difference you really pick up is literally maybe um, the bergamot in Office is just a tad bit like brighter, just a tad bit, not very much. But and I find that it's a little bit smoother, on the initial dry down. But after that first 10 to 15 minutes, you can't tell the difference. You really can't tell the difference between them in the air. You know, it's they're really 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 close. And that's another one when we're talking about boss fragrances, man. Something that people can actually pick up and wear, and it'll be something that'll be kind of an easy kind of wear for somebody, and the cheap wear, man, because these things you can find this for like less than $25, man. Celestia Blue, really just bergamot and ambroxan. That's what we're looking at, bergamot and ambroxan, just like the original, man. Super fresh, super clean. This is something that is perfect for office wear. Um, it's just a clean. I mean, hell, you could put a white T-shirt on that thing, man, and walk in the room and really stun folks, man. Let's see. Go back in here to the chat here. Let's see here. Da-da-da-da-da. What up? What up? What up? What up? David Webster say, "Yo, what up with Gator? Hope all is well. Currently comparing Armaf Iconic and BDC EDP. Yeah, so I like the BDC EDP a lot. I like the Blue Chanel DNA altogether a lot. Iconic is good. It really is good. The biggest issue that I have with Iconic is that the maturation time. It does take like literally, and you kind of expect it with most of the Middle Eastern fragrances, are as far as like inspiration that come over. You kind of expect that there's going to be a little bit of a maturation time, but with that one, I find that my maturation time is like a month before I can actually really kind of get it, because that's one that when you first spray it on, it's a little bit of a mess. It feels like it hasn't really gotten its act together when you first spray it on. But after a month, when you come back to it, it really has changed its character, and it gets really close to that EDP for Blue de Chanel. Let's see. Jerry said, "Hello, Gator. What's good? Been trying sampling the 3 Central Harmony. It's so good. I love it. I got a discovery kit coming in on those, so I'm looking forward to that, man. A lot." Jerry said, "Love Blue de Chanel exclusive. It's different. It is. It is. It's so. Here's the thing. It's different, but it's not. It's very much Blue de Chanel. Very much Blue de Chanel, but it's got the addition of a labdanum. Now, I love a leathery note, man. It's one of the reasons I like this Swassadura so much, man. This is the oud cadenza. If you took the oud and made it queer cadenza, QUIR, you make it leather cadenza, basically. That's what you get here. It's just like that fragrance, but instead of the prevalence of a dry oud, you get like a very strong, almost animalic leather. But it blends really, really well with the dates in here. So when you first spray it on, it is definitely a bit powerful. I mean, it's powerful all the way through. But that leather, if you don't like leather, bro, you just stay completely away from this shit. Like literally, bro, just don't. Just don't. Matter of fact, if you like oud cadenza a lot, and you're used to that DNA, and you like Coca from French Avenue. It's part of that Liquid Broom line with I got it sitting up at the top. Azure Oud and Coca Morado. If you like that one, this is not that. This is not Coco Morado. This is the same style of DNA, but they've taken away that dry oud. Because if you have like a real nice oud presence, it's kind of dry in its animalic nature. It's really dry and almost kind of airy in a way. Dense, but kind of airy. It's weird, right? This is just leather. Like this is just literally just like an overdose of leather. I love it. I'm wearing, like I say, it's my scent of the day right now. It's very much of a resinous, smoky kind of tone to this thing here with the fruitiness of the dates here. This is bad boy wear, definitely. And this is like that real masculine style of fragrance here, real masculine feel when you wear this. Like I said, this is one that you have to wear, though. You can't let this wear you. And if you don't have the right stance with it, it will wear you. It will definitely wear you. So you have to really know what you're doing with it. This is a 2 to 3 spray. That's it. Don't do no more than 2 to 3 sprays because you're going to blow somebody's nose out and then people are going to be looking at you crazy. 2 to 3 sprays, you walk in the room like you own that motherfucker and folks will literally be pulling you and being like, "Oh man, what are you wearing?" The same thing they did to me tonight when I was wearing it. So this is the one. This is definitely one. Let's see. BD said, how you feel about that blue parfum? You got a bottle of that shit? No, I got it. Got 2 10 ml decants of it though. Parfum is one that I need to get a full bottle of, and I just have never got a full bottle of it. Just never got it. Got a full bottle of the EDP. Went through that thing like last year, and I was like, I'm gonna get the parfum instead. As soon as I run out of my decants. The problem is when you do stuff like I do, like when you're doing reviews and things like that, you got enough bottles to where you can wear a new DNA every day. So it's very rare that you wear a fragrance more than like 2 or 3 times in a year. Very rare. If I wanted to, I could literally have it to where I didn't wear the same fragrance every day in a year. The thing with that though is I'll do testing. I like to wear my fragrance 3 or 4 times before I do like a review and all that kind of stuff. Those are really the only times that I really repeat wear a fragrance. I repeat wore the Blue de Chanel exclusive because I had decants. Right? FYI, this one is my second of those decants of that fragrance. Oh man, I like this. I really like this, man. I'm becoming a fan of labdanum. I'm really starting to become a real fan of labdanum. It's interesting, but the way it acts in there, the way it acts in the Swassadura, the way the labdanum acts in, and I just did my review on this. on Seraphine Musk, the way that the labdanum actually acts in here, and the way that it's got this like this very dense floral, but it's leathery. It's got a really nice like it's got a, to me, almost a comforting vibe that labdanum has to it. But I'm learning that I'm becoming more and more of a fan of that labdanum note, man. More and more fan of it. Chad says, big ups, novice, man. What's going on? What's going on? I know a gamer said, have you got Rapport Sport? Nah, I don't know what that is, but put it on my radar, man. Chambers still said, which one is the best of which ones? Out of which ones? Said, Chad, you tried Hawass Tropical? I just ordered the bottle for less than 30 because I wanted that bottle, man. A lot of people like the that Hawass bottle style, man. I have sworn against buying the Hawass bottles, man, because I'm one of those people who's a completionist. If I buy one, I'm gonna have to buy all of them, right? So I would literally have 7 Hawass bottles there. It is fragrances that I probably would not wear, but more than once. That being said, yes, I have tried Tropical. Tropical's nice. I like Tropical. I do like of the new releases that they've had in the last year. I had a chance to put my nose on Cobra. I really do like Cobra. It is an imagination dupe, and I'm a little imaginationed out by now, but it's really nice. I do like it a whole lot. But that's my favorite of the ones that's been released in the last year. It said, have you got Invictus? Blood Orange Scent is the best. Which Invictus are we talking about here? Because there's a lot of Invictuses. You know, my favorite Invictus is this one right here. This is the Invictus. Don't drop that. I feel like most definitely on that Dave Chappelle skit. Don't drop that shit. But yeah, this is the Invictus Parfum. I am a fan of this stuff, man. This is soapy clean, but it's a black soap in here, man. This stuff is good, especially in the dry down. This is one of those fragrances where the magic of it is the dry down. The dry down is just such a beautifully done thing, man. Compliment heavy on this one too, man. Very compliment heavy fragrance. Let's see. Going over to the other chat here. Wall to window. Let's see. Jay said, you like the 3 Central Harmony is the best. It's fire. Okay. Hey, I'm going to get it soon. So I wore Armaf Le Parfait the other day, and man, I forgot how good of a cheapie it is. Yeah, it is. I think you're talking about the Parfait. Yeah, it's that's that Irish tweed inspiration, right? Yeah, it's good. It is good. It is really good. It's I only like Hawass Ice and Fire. The rest is trash. I like Ice. Fire's okay. Black was okay. And like I said, I like Cobra. Malibu, I have not smelled yet. Tropical is good. And like I say, Cobra's good. There's a couple other ones that are coming though that I'm looking forward to actually putting my nose on. Though I want to see how they run out. Let's see. Beauty of Sid said you was about to drop that low cobalt, man. That shit real good. Yeah, look, can't drop that one. Bro, you cannot drop the low. You cannot drop the low. Let me see where I'm going with this bottle. Yeah, I'm about a half a bottle. You know, when we talk about blue fragrances, I love a great blue. I was talking about that Inizio earlier. The similarities to the fragrance. Now, if you could look at the frame on this thing, if you're familiar with Toomey fragrances, this is a inspiration of Toomey's Dusk. You can tell by the front of the bottle, and then of course that little luggage tag looking thing, right? I've got a side by side that I'm going to be doing as far as like on a video soon for that. But I can tell you before I even do the side by side, there are definite differences here. This thing's neroli heavy. It's very much neroli heavy. If you don't like neroli, then stay away from that one. It is in the vein of a neroli Portofino from Tom Ford. That kind of neroli heavy. It's definitely the dominant force in that fragrance for the first 30 to 40 minutes. It's the neroli, but it gives it kind of a really soapy vibe, right? And it's that good neroli. And what I mean by that is that if you've smelled a good neroli before, and you guys that are your perfume connoisseurs, your fragrance connoisseurs, you know exactly what I'm about to say. When you get a good neroli that has that bitingness to where it makes your tongue kind of go like it's kind of in the back of your throat right there, that neroli, that bitterness, almost like a citrusness that's going on in there, but it's that potent neroli. You get a soapiness, but you get like a, and makes your back of your neck kind of that's the kind of neroli it has in there. But it's really blended well with the cardamom. The cardamom is in there to kind of warm up that DNA a little bit here. It kind of smooths it out a little bit too, which is interesting. And then, like I said, it kind of opens up into more neroli as it kind of goes further into the dry down. And then after about 40 minutes, that neroli kind of subsides and you get into like the sage and some of the other aspects of the fragrance. It's really nice. I'm digging it. I just did my first wear on it today. So I'll see what it's like probably in the next maybe week or so. I'll get maybe a couple more wears on it, and then I'll give y'all a real true assessment in review on what that thing really is like, man. I got to redo my what you call it too. Let's see. Mm-mm. Say low cobalt. What is it like? I've been told I need to buy it. It's up there with BDC and YEDP. So yes, low cobalt to me is BDC, but it's got a little bit more of an incense note to it. I would akin it more to like the EDP of Blue de Chanel. But man, it's got a little bit more black currant in it. So it's got a little bit more of a fruity tone. While your Blue de Chanel is kind of more of like a citrus, like a real citrus. This one comes across, low comes across a little bit more fruity, but it's because of that black currant. It's more of a tartness. Like the grapefruit in the Blue de Chanel, it's tart, but it's not like overly tart. You get a lot more of a tart vibe coming out of the low. But it makes it beautiful. It's done so beautifully though, because you add that along with the smokiness in there that the incense provides. Man, it is a great wear, man. Just a little bit of a tweak on that Blue de Chanel DNA, but awesome tweak. Very awesome tweak. Let's see. And then I got some up there. Oh, make sure y'all like the video. Make sure. Matter of fact, one thing I want to tell everybody that's in here, man. There's a new feature that's starting to happen on a lot of YouTube videos, man. If you have not seen my last Lattafa video, I did a Lattafa video yesterday. 5 Lattafas basically you need to know about for the fall. And I'm going to be doing a follow-up video to that one because I tried my best not to put in like the usual suspects, the vintage radios, the Amir, and those ones like that. In the next video, I'll probably have those on there. But if you get a chance, go to that video and hit the hype button. Hype that video, man. And it's because I want to see something. That hype feature that YouTube has right now apparently is actually helping for that to kind of show up on that main page for people. So man, hype that thing up, man. Hype up your favorite creator. I don't think it costs you anything to hype a video. Hype it up. Throw a little hype in there, man. Go to my last Lattafa video, hype that, or and whatever other video you see that I drop. Go ahead and hype it, man. Hype those videos. Hype up my other videos, but hype up my people in the comments too. You got SB that's in here right now. Kicks Griffey, some of my content creators that's in here, man. Go ahead, hype them videos up, man. Go hype their videos too. Let's see. Just say Abdul Hasid, work harder, buddy. We are with you. Hey, look, that's what it's about, man. That is what it's about. You say you hit like on both streams, man. Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that, man. Because I'm trying to see what that's gonna do. And I got this stream going up. I'm about to close that first stream. I mean, well, the what you call it stream, and keep this one going. The main one right here. We're gonna keep that one going for a couple more minutes. But yeah, man, I'm interested in how this looks when it comes over. So definitely interested in seeing what it looks like with the multi-stream. The other thing that I am, again, I was talking about jumping on TikTok. Um, it's going to be an interesting thing. I think I'm going to start doing my decant dives again on maybe this Wednesday because I got a few. Bro, I'm so behind. My La Persona, bro, I've had the La Persona kit for the decant dive, man. 3 months, like 3 months now, at least. I was in that first wave of creators that got it, and I never did the decant dive on it. I smelled a couple of the fragrances outside of the decant dive though, but I've never done the decant dive on it. Harlem Brands, another one. I have not done the decant dive on it yet, but I will be doing it. I just got one from Riverside Perfumery. They do like oils and stuff, and I've never been the biggest oil person, but I know my guy D Boogie, man. He he did one for him, so they sent it over to me to get a kind of a whiff of them, see what I think of them. So I'm going to definitely do a live with those. And then I got a decant kit for my girl Tracy Lynette, so I'm going to be doing that as well. So I'm way behind on those, man, way behind. But life be life, just busy, really just busy. Work will do that. When you working and you got all kind of other stuff going on, man, it will definitely kind of limit your time. But I'm hoping to kind of jump back in it a little bit. It's weird because I've kind of changed up my style of reviews a little bit. I'm still doing the pull up, stay tuned type reviews where it's at the desk, but I've been doing a lot of scent of the day reviews, just kind of sitting right here, like literally just sitting here, turn on the camera right quick, do maybe about 6 to 7 to 10 minutes, somewhere in that range of quick thoughts on a fragrance and just running it like that. I find that those are a little bit easier to do. They're a little bit more time conducive as well to a lot of the stuff that I got going on. It's minimal edit. I don't really think it's even editing. I just go on and put a song on there and then it's done, as opposed to when I was doing it before, where it's literally like I'm shooting different shots, angles, blah, 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 So I'm going to probably do most of my videos will be like that. And then the major reviews that I do will be kind of like, with the regular format. Like I have one in the regular format on this one right here, the one of my favorite designer pickups of the year. This is my favorite designer pickup of the year. I ain't gonna even lie. Maybe actually, this is the 212 VIP Black Elixir, lavender, black licorice. Ah, man, I'm getting like a little bit of sandalwood in here too, or it's some woody nature, but it's really nice, man. This is really nice. I love the bottle too. Look at that cap. Love that cap. It's just so satisfying as far as the click on that thing. But yeah, it's either this is my favorite designer release of the year, or the Coach for Men EDP is my favorite designer. Don't sleep on Coach. You were talking about Boss fragrances again. Again, I'm gonna go back to the Boss fragrances. We were talking about Boss fragrances again earlier, right? Like affordable Boss fragrances. This is what the Dior Sauvage would be if it had matured. This is an amazing fragrance. There's nothing but like your woods and leather in here, man. Opens up really bright, almost fruity, citrusy, but it's great. This is a great one, man. I love the wearing experience on this, and this performs a lot better than people give it credit for. This is Coach, and you don't buy a Coach retail. This is always gonna be discounters, man. Retail Coach is like what, $110 in the store. Sometimes they can go down to like 90 or so. I mean, but $50 on a discounter, $50. But it's a quality fragrance, perfect for office wear, perfect for date night. It's got a date night vibe to it. This is really good. I was impressed by this fragrance, man. I was really impressed by it. Bro, I just said that my favorite designer release of the year was the Coach EDP, and then I put it down right next to the Terre de Mes EDP Intense. And I just looked at that and I'm like, well, maybe that one was. I think that's going to be my next video, or one of my next videos. I'm going to do my favorite designer releases of the year. Those three, they right there. They're right there, man. Both of those, all three of those are excellent. All three of them are excellent. Some people may not think that the Terre de Mes is that mass appealing, because it's not. But it's a great fragrance, man. It's unique. It's complex. They actually took their time and gave a damn about making something that was going to be unique and that wasn't going to just smell like every other damn scent that's out there on the market. And they did a great job. Lava Rock. Who uses Lava Rock as a an accord? Right? Who uses a lot of people use coffee, but who uses like a coffee licorice accord? But it's good. It's really good. Let's see. Say, who's that there on that frame? That's mom's, man. That is the mother. That is mom's. Let's see. Say, I love YSL myself. Absolute is the best one. Also, like Hugo Boss Beyond, so fresh with leather. Yeah, Boss Beyond. Oh, man. I keep saying that I'm not gonna get it right now, but I got a sample of it recently, bro, and it really is good. I didn't want to like it. I legit didn't want to like it, but I do. So it may be something that I end up bringing in. Um, Myself Absolute is one that I am going to bring in because I have Nitro Elixir up there. Nitro Elixir is good. It's really, really good. Dang near say that it is a great inspired by a fragrance. But the issue that I have with this is that the opening is different in here than it is in the actual Myself Absolute. The L'Absolu has more of a fruity vibe going on in the opening of it. And it is definitely discernible from the way that this one opens up. The other thing about this one that's different than the L'Absolu is a little bit smoother in the dry down. This one, the lavender in here is beautiful, but it's very sharp. It is a sharp lavender, so that you're gonna get a lot more. It's one of those that's going to definitely kind of pierce the nostrils a little bit more than it would in the original. The original just comes out a lot smoother. So there's some distinct differences between this one and the thing that is inspired by. That being said, both of them are great. I think that I still would rather have the original as well as have this, because the one thing that this one does, I just mentioned that sharp lavender. While I prefer the Myself dry down, the dry down in this one has some utility as well. I think this one's better for like warm weather because that the sharpness of it just kind of adds to like a fresher take on that DNA. So I still like this one a lot. And I don't think that it's one that, if you have the original and you have this, it is slightly redundant, but it's not something to be like, oh my God, I can't have both of them. It's okay to have both of them in this scenario because this was going to be a little bit more suited towards the warmer weather, while L'Absolu is going to be a little bit more in your deeper fall weather and then going into like your winter months there. You say views on Mancera red tobacco. So I'm not okay. So excuse me. I like red tobacco. I think red tobacco is nice. I much prefer red tobacco intense. To me, red tobacco intense is the red tobacco DNA perfected. A lot better as far as the way that they is smoother to me. Um, and I actually have the red tobacco over there now. As far as the red tobacco intense, I have the what you call the decant of that one. That's one that I've always decided that I don't wear enough to warrant a full bottle. Although that may change this year, in all honesty, because I've always been like, okay, what do I prefer? Do I prefer Carlisle or do I prefer red tobacco intense? And it's always kind of been along the lines of, okay, I prefer Carlisle. But now that I'm actually out of my Carlisle, um, I am thinking about going red tobacco. There is a little bit more of an appley influence in there. To me, it's a different style of the green apple, but it's definitely there. Makes me want to, you know, wear that one a lot more than what I used to. So yeah, I think it's gonna be. Now that being said, both Carlisle and Red Tobacco Intense might get trumped for Deified. Deified from Xerjoff is the grail fragrance for me coming up in the next couple of months. This is one that I'm going to get. This is not like an option. But Deified is such a beautiful rendition of that style of DNA in Carlisle, that style of DNA in Red Tobacco Intense, but done so well, Xerjoffed out, high quality, with just this. It's got a beautifully dark appeal to it that I love, man. Jerry said, "I'm excited to try Mancera Oud Tonka." Oud Tonka. So I don't know about Oud Tonka. I know that they got a couple of new releases that are coming. And y'all know me. When it comes to Mancera new releases, I'm gonna drop them. It ain't even a question. It ain't even a question. Like these two right here, Chicotere and Fignia. Yeah, it's not even a question about whether or not I'm gonna get the new Mancera when it drops. It's gonna get got. So if it's a new one, I'm getting it. You already know. Chicotere is such an underrated one, man. Oh man, Aquatic Blue. This is like 3 fragrances in one bottle. Starts off really like aquatic, right? And then it like salty aquatic. And then it kind of goes into like a blue fragrance in a way, right? So it just kind of goes into this really blue, almost like lavender kind of like fruity kind of citrusy. Then it kind of like mutates. It's like a green fragrance. Really nice, man. I dig this. Matter of fact, we got like a couple more warm days left for the year. I'm gonna have to go ahead and draft that out one of them days. Super strong, like very, very unpredictably strong. Like when you will nuke yourself with Chicotere and not even realize that you nuked yourself with it until you walk into somebody's like presence and they are literally passing out. True story. Let's see. It said YSL Baby Cat is best in my views. Yeah, YSL Baby Cat, when you're talking about saffron and a leathery vibe here, a beautifully raw vanilla, YSL Baby Cat is definitely in that discussion as being like one of the best, if not the best. YSL Baby Cat also costs dang near $400 a bottle. So I said, you know what, self, I'm going to get the 10 mil decant. So that's what I'm sitting over there with right now is the 10 mil decant of YSL Baby Cat. And since I've had it, I've worn it once in the last year, which for me, why would I spend the $400 on that YSL Baby Cat when I've only worn it once in a year? It doesn't make any sense to me. And I still got like I got at least 4 or 5 wears left in that because YSL Baby Cat's a quality fragrance. Snip, spray, spray, spray. you're good to go. You're not going to have to sit there, waste sprays, and do a whole bunch of refreshes during the day and all that kind of stuff. Quality fragrance, quality oils, lasts a long time, performs really well. Why would I spend the $400, $500 on that 100 mil of that fragrance when 10 mil will last me dang near 2, 3 years? Don't make no sense to me. I really like that YSL DNA though. I mean that YSL Baby Cat DNA. So much so that I do have the Reefer Cotton. I do have the French Avenue Fierte, which Fierte is a better rendition of that Baby Cat DNA than a lot of the other ones that are out there. It's a better one than Reefer Cotton, in my opinion. It's not like a one-to-one because it does have a little bit more of a smooth vanilla as it goes into the dry down, more than that kind of like raw vanilla that you get. It almost like it opens up with the raw vanilla and then kind of goes into more of the smooth, sweet vanilla as it goes into the dry down, makes it a little bit more mass appealing. And we're talking about Fierte right now. This is the French Avenue Fierte right here. Now you take that and compare that to something like Reefacot, where you're looking at Reefacot, and Reefacot has a little bit more of a saffron heavy vibe. It's a little bit more leathery at the top. That saffron is giving it more of a textured vibe as it kind of goes into the opening. So it definitely tickles your nose a little bit more. This was going to open up a lot smoother than what Reefacot will open up. It actually resembles more of the opening of Baby Cat here in the Fierte than it does in the Reefacot. Now, this one, in my opinion, does actually nail a little bit more of the raw, drier vanilla going down into the dry down. This one, again, like I said, the vanilla almost goes into like a smoother, sweet vanilla as it goes into the dry down. Still, I feel this is the closest one to the actual YSL Baby Cat wearing experience. But this one, I think, is definitely got some value as far as like being a close rendition to that YSL Baby Cat DNA. So it's kind of a toss up. I prefer this one just because this one has got a lot more compliments, a little bit more mass appealing, I feel like, than the Reefacot is actually. Let's see. You say Ombre Tonka. Yeah, okay. Ombre Tonka. Now, why does that sound so familiar to me? David Webster said Argos Triumph for Bacchus is my favorite of that red tobacco Carlisle DNA. So here's the thing with Triumph for Bacchus to me. I don't even feel like Triumph for Bacchus is actually in that family. So Triumph for Bacchus to me, great. I don't even consider Triumph of Bacchus a tobacco scent. And here's why. Because I feel like Triumph of Bacchus is more centered around the peach and the vanilla, those aspects of that fragrance. I feel like it's built around the tobacco, right? So I feel like the tobacco was supposed to be what the focus of was of the fragrance, but they put in so many additives that it no longer is a tobacco fragrance. Because when you think of that fragrance, you don't think of tobacco. You think of the way that the peach and everything plays off of the tobacco. You don't really think of the tobacco itself. As opposed to like red tobacco, where you're definitely thinking about the tobacco. Carlisle, you're definitely thinking about that richness of the woods and everything in there. That being said, I rather Triumph of Bacchus than any of those two. In all honesty, because it's such a beautiful fragrance. Triumph of Bacchus is such a beautiful fragrance. It's a part of the reason I got a 10 mil of that sitting over there. It's such a gorgeous fragrance. And if y'all have not really realized, a lot of times I would sometimes I get the 2 mils and the 10 mils to kind of test the fragrance. And if I run out of that 10 mil, then I'll usually go ahead and get the bottle. That's part of the reason I'm doing Deified. Deified is going to get got because I ran out of the 10 mil. It's just that good. What's the other one that I did? I had Moonchild. I was going to get Moonchild, but I have Atlantis now. So I'm kind of going back and forth on whether or not I really need to get Moonchild. Thomas Kosmala, Neon 4. That's another one. Neon 4 is in the cart right now. It's coming. So yeah. Let's see. You say, yeah, buddy, who's going to buy in a decant if 10 mil? Yeah. Decants are best on low budget. Heck yeah, man. Even on a high budget. So my whole thing with that is I can get it, I can buy it, but to me it doesn't even make sense because efficiency wise, I know that like most of these bottles up here, I buy because I like the bottles. The bottles are unique, and I use a lot of them for testing. I test those fragrances a lot. You'll see big dents in a lot of my bottles because I spend a lot of time testing. I don't just spray like once or twice or just so to wearing. Sometimes I'll, as I'm going throughout the day, I'll have one arm where I'm testing the longevity, and then I'm okay. Let me see how this opens again. I might come back maybe about 2 hours later. Let me see how it opens again. Let me see how this opening progresses. And I really study how that fragrance moves before I even do a review on it. So, I'll sometimes refresh a fragrance a couple of times during the day just to see how it plays out, so you'll see dents in bottles because I am constantly testing them. And okay, then the dry down, and that's why I can always say at 15 minutes this does this, at 30 minutes this does this, after an hour, and it's not just me guesstimating, it's literally market research, like me actually sitting there and spraying it on and really spending time with it and refreshing and going through the motions with those fragrances. I don't need to do that with a lot of those other fragrances, like the Triumph of Bacchuses, the Tom Ford Eau d'Ambre Leather. I actually have the bottle in the cart right now. So Eau d'Ambre Leather is in the cart, Neon is in the cart, and Deified is in the cart. All three of them will be here probably within the next month, I would say. Because they're just that good. If you've never smelled Eau d'Ambre Leather is kind of like Baby Cat. It's very much like Baby Cat, but it is. Remember when I talked about Fierte having more of a smoother, sweet vanilla? It has more of a smooth vanilla, not necessarily sweet. In Eau d'Ambre Leather, it adds that vanilla to that leather note, and then they also take that leather note, and it's not as abrasive as in ombre leather. It kind of they kind of made it almost like a suede vibe. So it's more like Baby Cat if Baby Cat was more of a mass appealing designer fragrance. That's what Tom Ford's Eau d'Ambre Leather is. Gorgeous fragrance though, in the air especially, man. Really easy to wear. If you have a problem with a little bit of the animalic nature that you get from the original Baby Cat and the way that the saffron plays and a lot of the other inspirations of it, then you may want to try Eau d'Ambre Leather. Really smooths out that DNA, really makes that thing more mass appealing, a lot easier wear as well. Just a great fragrance overall. Let's see. You say I'll try that. You say your first perfume in the collection. What was my first? Um, that's a good question. I got to think about that because I've kind of rebuilt the collection and let go and rebuilt and let go and rebuilt. Um, I think my longest holdover, and I just did a video on it not too long ago, but I think my longest holdover um, has to be the Guerlain Homme. Was that my longest holdover? Or was it the Bentley Intense? I think the Bentley Intense is my longest holdover from the original collection. No, it's not from the original collection, from the restarted collection. Because I had a collection before and I sold all of my stuff. If you've not seen my a little novice nostalgia video, check out a little novice nostalgia video on my channel. It was a tag video here that I did for my guy Dedrick Hicks, right? Um, but that video kind of tells the story about how I ended up losing my collection that I had kind of built up over time, which had a lot of the creeds and a lot of those different fragrances in it. And I ended up losing my job and having to sell off everything and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of did like a little bit of a bounce back with it. But before that happened, I'd had another like incident where, well, I had a whole bunch of stuff happen, but my mom passed and I just kind of got out of, fragrances at all. Like I just wasn't loving nothing anymore, to be honest, man. I had given my music stuff had just kind of went to the wayside because I used to be into my music deep, my poetry stuff. I wasn't doing slams no more. Like I legit just kind of went in hermit mode when my mom passed, man. I had just lost love for everything, including wrestling. I was a big wrestling guy, doing podcasts and stuff, and I stopped doing that, man. I just went into like hermit mode. And when my grandmother passed, like a year after that, I really got back into my fragrance thing. And the first fragrance I bought was that Bentley Intense. And that's been probably the longest holdover in my collection. And it's not a bad fragrance to start a collection with. You got your rum in there, man. Nice little boozy feel to that thing, but fresh at the same time. A little bit of a density to it, but really nice fragrance altogether, man. And I think that was really the one I can say is the longest holdout in my collection. So I'll say that. I'll say Bentley for Men Intense will be about my longest holdout. Let's see. How do you feel about Mancera French Riviera? I heard that shit big on coconut. It's big on coconut, but it's more to me. It's more sunscreen vibes to that one. The biggest thing with French Riviera is the tiara flower, and that it's definitely got like a really sunscreeny kind of floral nature to it. It's great as far as like a beach scent. Great fragrance, and it's super fresh. It's got like a fresh, soapy kind of vibe to it. If you got an overdose of tiara flower in there, a lot of times it has kind of like a clean, almost slightly musky kind of vibe, and that's what it is in there. But it's got that sunscreen vibe as well, and I like it. I like it a lot. Now I'm interested in seeing. They just dropped. Or they're dropping here in the next couple of months the French Riviera Intense from Mancera. And shout out to Ross over at TLTG because I think he's the whole reason that thing is actually going to get released. Because there weren't a lot of people who were hyping French Riviera up online, but he was definitely one that was hyping it, man. He's the one who convinced me to throw my nose on that thing and really get into that DNA. It's really nice. I find it's a good wear. It definitely is a good wear. But I like it a lot. I think it's really, really nice, man. If you want something to add to the collection, especially in the warmer months, yeah, you can't go wrong with it. It's really nice, man. White t-shirt, weather approved, bro. So yeah, I agree. I get a bunch of fruity rum more than tobacco, even more so since I've had my decaf for a long time. It becomes more deep. Yes, yeah, and I know it's one you're talking about too. Abdullah say love from India, man. Love to India on that one, man. Let's see. Beauty of Sid is more of a white floral with beachy vibe to me. Yeah. To me, that's exactly what it is. It's kind of like a beachy vibe kind of fragrance, man. It's nice though. I think that is really, really nice. But I'm looking forward to seeing what the intense is. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Mancera does with that intense. Then, he dropped the intense instant crush. I have not put my nose on that yet, but I'm hearing that one is going to be a monster. I need them to do an intense aqua wood. Like aqua wood is such a great fragrance. I think they need to do an intense aqua wood and maybe an intense cosmic pepper. Which, by the way, guys, if you've never smelled cosmic pepper, I went on this rant maybe a couple of weeks ago about cosmic pepper because I went in the grocery store. I was wearing cosmic pepper. Went in the grocery store, man, and when I say I had no less than 5 people stop me and compliment me. And I had these guys, I had to, go on their phone and two groups of guys. I had to go on their phone and tell them what the fragrance was and, find it on the discounts forum and all that kind of stuff. That Cosmic Pepper is a monster. And I always thought it was nice. And I always thought it was a cool little fragrance. I'm good with it. But bro, man, the way people reacted to it the other day when I was wearing it, That was like legendary reaction status. And I can see why. That Allure Home Sport style of DNA here, it has definitely got a little bit of a spiciness, peppery nature to it. But as it kind of goes into the dry down, that pepperiness goes away. I would say probably within the first 15 to 20 minutes of it. And you're kind of left with this smooth, airy kind of vibe going on. I like this a lot. I like it a lot. This is actually a really good fragrance, man. Cosmic Pepper, gorgeous fragrance, man. I really do dig it. I'm looking at all these royal blends I got up there, man. Let's see. You say, do Cosmic Pepper and Intense Pepper from Montal smell similar? No, Intense Pepper is a little bit more, I find, on like a woody kind of vibe. Um, if I'm thinking about the right one, I think I am thinking about the right one when you say that intense pepper. It's not the same. Cosmic pepper is a little bit different. It's cosmic pepper is more along the lines of like an allure on sport, um, and the intense pepper is more based around the actual pepper. Cosmic pepper, they just call it that because it opens up with a little bit of that peppery vibe. Um, David Webster said, yes, I love Aquawood. That might be my first Mancera. Aquawood's great. I mean, it's one of those fragrances, man. I wore on we were doing where were we? We were on one of the islands. I want to say it was we were the St. Kitts, I want to say. And I sprayed it on before we left out. Aquawood, of course, has a little bit of a smoky nature to it, but it's super fresh. It's super like it's not what you would call watery, but it does have kind of a fresh, clean vibe to it, man. And it's got a beautiful presence in the heat. Believe it or not, when you first think of like a woody, smoky fragrance, you don't think heat is being like something that it really gets activated by. But it got activated by that heat. And when I say it was throwing out the most beautiful scent trail, like everywhere I went when I was going through the little market, man, folks was just kind of like walking up, ooh, oh, so the bus driver, when we got on the bus headed back into the town, going back to the port, we're like, oh, you're the smell good guy. You're the guy that smelled so good when you got on the bus down earlier. Like, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, Aquawood's good, man. Aquawood is really nice. Versatile fragrance, super versatile. You say, bro, ever tried Rosasi Hawass original? I heard it's like a niche perfume. Um, I would say niche perfume. I'd say it's kind of like a good designer, good solid designer perfume, but I wouldn't say like a niche perfume. It's to me, I've never been the biggest fan of it because it kind of came across a little bit synthetic to me. Um, but that being said, I like Hawass Ice. And it's just a little bit of an added menthol style of accord to it. But I like that one better. So not sure why that is. um, but the original's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's actually pretty good. It's actually a pretty good fragrance. But I would always tell people if I had to choose between the original Hawass and Hawass Ice, 9 times out of 10, plus one, it'll be the Hawass Ice that I'll go with as far as the one that I'm actually going to purchase in that scenario. I'm going to start closing this thing down too in a sec, man. As a matter of fact, I'm about to go ahead and close it down right now. We get a couple more questions in though. Let's see. I've got some questions that are coming in. It's weird because I got some stuff that's coming in the chat, and the other one, and it show on the screen, and then they got to disappear, which is weird. That's very, very weird. Not sure why that is, but We'll figure it out. This is all about the testing phase. All about the testing phase. You say, wait, let me think, man. He's like, look, I probably have a question for you. Um, Again, guys, I won't be spending some time with this one this week. Um, this Black Forest, literally based on the German Black Forest cake from Armaf. Focus, bruh. I need you to focus. It won't focus. It don't want to focus. There you go. Black Forest. I got to do it in the camera right here too. Black Forest. Um, this was gonna be a hard one to figure out situations to wear. Oh, go ahead, throw your question in there, man. You good? You good? Because it's beautiful. So far, I feel like it's a beautiful fragrance. But where would you wear it? Like, this isn't like. Well, I guess if you dressed up a little bit, you could wear this. I mean, you could wear it any. You could wear it, any fragrance anytime. But it's such a sweet gourmand, such a true gourmand fragrance that I wonder about the situation of wearing it. Um, it's gonna get worn this week though. It's gonna get worn to work and a few other places. And if you missed it earlier, man, scent of the day today. Um, oh, by the way, scent of the day yesterday was the Inizio. This is the super fresh, super clean, to me dusk inspiration. And if y'all didn't see it earlier, scent of the day today, this guy right here, the Arabiat Prestige Soie Sedua. This is, if you're in the room with me right now, you'd be able to tell such a leathery, smoky vibe going on, but at the same time, it's got just a little bit of a touch of the dates in here that is just kind of making it just a seductively fruity kind of vibe to it, man. It's great. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of how this feels like coming off of skin, and it's very minimal sprays that I've got on, but it is permeating this little space around me. Great fragrance, especially if you like leathers. If you like leathers, jump on that, man. You say that Armaf collection of decants is worth it? Yeah, yeah. And if we're talking about the Armaf one, if we're talking about the Clubbed in the Weed, because I know the Clubbed in the Weed decant set is definitely worth it. I'm hearing they're going to have a new Odyssey set where they're going to have Bahamas and the new set, because it's going to have Bahamas, Go Mango, the Black Forest, all the new ones, because it's a new jacket line that they've got. All of them have this kind of jacket on them. This little, what you call it, jacket. I don't know if you could kind of see it, but this little like pin button jacket. And it's kind of a foamy kind of jacket that it has on it. This one has the same thing. Kind of the little belt buckle with the foamy jacket. This is as opposed to what they usually look like from the Odyssey line, where it's just a straight bottle. So the new ones have the jacket around them as opposed to just a straight bottle. But that jacketed line, I think, is supposed to have a decant, um, collect like a decant list, or a decant discovery set that they're doing. I couldn't think of the name discovery set. But yeah, so that's supposed to have a discovery set that's supposed to be dropping soon. But now that I picked this one up out of the air, man, this is a great fragrance too. This is Odyssey Aqua. If y'all have never smelled Odyssey Aqua here, we're talking about that Invictus DNA here. Um, I find it a little bit fresher. This was actually also a fragrance that's sneaky strong. Like if you spray it on, a lot of times you won't even feel like it's really kind of pushing off your skin. But as soon as it hits a tap of heat, like it's literally just radiating off of you. And it's amazingly good at that scent trail thing. It leaves a gorgeous scent trail. But I am about to get out of here, guys. Like I said, it's gonna be the folks here on the on the screen over here are gonna be like, "What the frick is happening?" Because I'm about to literally end that one first, and I have to like do some magic to end it. But everybody that's on the stream over here, you get to see the rest of the room here as we go in the setup. And good night, everybody over here. Y'all have a good one. All right. And then we're going to go over to the other one over here. And we about to be out over on this one. So, guys, man, it's been a good one, man. It's been a good one. Let's see. Say, yep, got it. By the way, enjoyed the stream by future boss of fragrance. Man, I appreciate that, man. We do our thing. I try to do my thing, man. It's a time constraint behind everything, man. But we gonna get it together. We're gonna definitely get it together, man. I just love fragrances, and that's what we do. We talk fragrances. I like the dissecting. I like the study. I like to excuse me, the review process of the fragrance thing. Like I legitimately like, excuse me, doing a compare and contrast between fragrances and literally just judging back and forth. Oh, this one has a little bit brighter bergamot. Oh, this one's the lavender's too sharp or sharper. Or oh, this one has a more airy nature, and I think it's because of you know what I'm saying. Those are the things I like to do. Very analytical. And that's why I like to do those things, man. Not always the most flashy person on this site, on YouTube. Not always that, but when it comes to the passion that I have, for the fragrances themselves, and how I like to really get in and give you guys the real 411 on fragrances. Yeah, you ain't gonna beat me on that. But in the meantime, guys, man, y'all take care, man. Y'all have a great rest of the night. Thank y'all for rocking with me, man. And if y'all have been in this stream with me before, y'all know what I'm about to say. As we always say, man, no matter what you're doing, however you're doing it, make sure you make today the best day ever on purpose. Peace out. Oh, make sure you subscribe and make sure you go back to my top of the video and hit the hype button. Hype that video. Hype, hype, hype. Hit that thing and hype this one. Hype it. Don't cost you nothing to hype. Just hit the hype. Y'all have a good one, guys.